Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Nikase, and I just talk all things, everything from motherhood, from being a wife to everyday things as cooking and all of that good stuff. Today, what are we talking about? We are talking about pregnancy, labor, and delivery. That is a big circle. My last video that I posted coming back here, I was saying how hard my pregnancy was. And so I just wanted to just talk about a little bit of the journey of my pregnancy, but also more so the labor and delivery part of it all. So with my first pregnancy, I wanted to go the whole holistic route. And I was with a birth center, and we still ended up having a hospital birth. But that's okay because he's here, he's thriving, he's amazing, he's super smart, he's wonderful, whatever. It's just a glimpse of time. And so this pregnancy, I was just like, okay, what do I do? And the only reason why it was kind of harder for me is because we kind of live in the boonies. Not kind of. We live in the boonies, right? And we love it, and we wouldn't have it any other way. But the thing is, when you live out here, a birth center is not close. And so what ends up happening is I contacted the birth center, and I was like, I'm pregnant again, blah, blah, blah. Let's go the whole route. I made 2 visits. And within those 2 visits, I was like, I can't do this. I cannot do this. It was just so much to get my toddler out the home, mess his naps up, battle Atlanta's traffic because they're always building stuff. Be careful that, yeah, you're strong, but be careful, okay? Battling Atlanta's traffic because they're always building something as far as like the interstate and all that other stuff. So I'm just like, I cannot do that. And all I kept hearing in the back of my mind is that with second pregnancies, the baby comes out faster. So I didn't want to have my baby in a car, and I definitely did not want to have the baby at home without proper assistance. So then I was like, okay, what am I going to do if it's not going to be at the birth center? Because I'm not doing that drive. I'm not battling that traffic. I'm not adding extra stress on this pregnancy that's already hard on me right now. And so he's just looking at me. And so what ended up happening is that I was talking to my doula, and she was giving me suggestions on different midwives that I can go. But the thing is, midwives that do home births, they don't take insurance. And honestly, I don't understand why pregnancy is so heavily regulated, in the sense of like, why can't you just birth your baby the way you want them to birth your baby? But if you're a healthy, uncomplicated pregnancy, but that's neither here nor there. And the minimum price for a midwife is usually about $3,000. I'm sorry, but no. Mommy. When I know I could just go to a hospital and my insurance company will just cover it all, and I don't have to pay out of pocket, I'm gonna go the out of pocket. Like, if I could have found a midwife that did take insurance, that would be great. It would be great. And I ended up finding a birth center that would do home births after the fact. I was already far along. They wouldn't have taken me anymore because I was already 28 weeks when I found them, and they was like, we want you before 28 weeks. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. Protocol, get it. And so I left the birth center, and about 30 minutes away from where I live is a hospital and a gynecologist office, like a OB office. So I was just like, okay, cool. Let me go to them. Their reviews wasn't great, but I feel like it's very hard to find a practice where it has really great reviews. But I was at least hoping for like a 4 and up, but they had like a 3.8 at this point. And I was just like, what am I going to do? And so I went to them, I talked to them, and they were really kind. You know, they accepted me in my pregnancy. It was a process because they had to get all of my paperwork from the birth center to them. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going the regular route of like standard people here in America, in a sense of they don't even think about it. They go to an obstetrician for their care and then give birth at a hospital. And my worry was, of course, a Black woman, and just the mortality rate is higher in Black women when it comes to birth and their care of service and all of those things. And so all that was going through my mind, but I was just praying. I was just like, Lord, everything is just going to go well. It's going to go well. And I've probably only seen 2 obstetricians, because most practices, you're going to probably see everybody that's at the practice, because whenever you do, you know, go into labor, you want to be familiar with the person that you're going, you know, that's going to be there delivering your baby. I'm not going to help you with that. That's 20 pounds. You shouldn't be picking it up anyway.
Oh, Mommy.
Yes?
Big.
It is big. Why don't you get the other basketball? The other basketball. Go get the other one. And so, yeah, so after that, I had only seen midwives because, no, over there, the blue and gray basketball in the basket. Look in the basket. Yeah, that one. And so I was like, okay, cool. Not a problem. I only saw midwives. I only saw 2 obstetricians. So it was fine. They were very kind. Like I said, my emotions were very down. Like I was not the happiest or the most joyful person in the world when it came to this pregnancy. So I just went in, I did what I had to do. It was hard trying to find somebody, either find an appointment in the afternoon where my husband could stay with our son, or if I had to have an appointment in the morning, finding someone to watch him. That's the one thing I will say about the birth center. I could bring my baby with me, but this office, it was so stressful trying to find somebody to take him at times. But it was fine. It was cool. They were, like I said, they were kind. They wanted to always make sure my emotions were good. If I had any questions, I never really had questions. It honestly was a smooth pregnancy in the sense. I did get a lot bigger. And
Mommy.
Baby, I think turning
Mommy.
30 and having
Mommy.
a second baby.
Mommy.
Yes.
Sure.
I'm not putting on the monster. Go get the monster trucks upstairs and bring them down here. Go get them. Yes. Okay. You're gonna go get the orange one, and you're gonna get the Gravedigger. Okay. I'm right here. Go get them. And so, after that, so that was all of the pregnancies. Not pregnancy, but that was my pregnancy, really. It was smooth. He was healthy all the time. He was kicking all the time. He was moving all the time. He was doing all the things that he needed to do. There was only one incident where the obstetrician, it had to be her. The obstetrician, she was just like, it looks like I think it was either too much. Stop! It was either too much fluid in my amniotic sac or too little. Can't remember. She was trying to make me worry, and she was like, oh, we might have to deliver early, and then baby not measuring the way she needs to I'm bigger than what he's measuring, blah, blah. And so I started to get worried, but my doula and one of our, I don't don't know. I feel like she's a friend in my heart, but she's a midwife as well. But she just wasn't my midwife. But she was basically like, don't listen, don't be getting no extra ultrasound if it's not needed and stuff. So I didn't. I declined the extra ultrasound and I just moved on with my life because I really did not feel like anything was wrong with my body or my baby. And I was just like, taking the weight on your third trimester of the baby is not accurate on the ultrasound. So I was just like, why are we doing this? What are we here for? What are we here for? So I canceled that appointment and I moved on. So now let's go to labor and delivery. So I guess this section was just a pregnancy. It was cool. If you have any particular questions about my pregnancy or tips and tricks and all that stuff, I don't know if I really have them, but post down in the comments down below. Now, labor and delivery. Labor. So with my first, I went 41 weeks and 1 day with my first.
Mommy.
I was hoping to go over 40 with my second as well because I personally was just not ready. And I don't think there's ever a chance you can really be ready, but I was just not ready of the reality of him coming. So I was just like, I could hold him. You know how most people at the end of their pregnancy, they're really just over the pregnancy and ready to just have the baby and things like that. I was the opposite. I was like, I am in no rush to meet him. He can take his time baking, all of the things. So my 39 weeks appointments, I go to my appointment and she's like, how are you feeling? What's going through your mind? I'm like, I'm good, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm feeling some pressure. I feel like he's about to come out of my vagina. And she started laughing. And I was dead serious. And she was like, you did it? You did the monster truck? Okay. And she started laughing. And she was like, do you want me to check to see if you're dilating or anything? And no, I didn't want any cervical checks. I just kind of want my body to do its thing or whatever. I was like, nah, I'm good. I was like, this baby's staying in here. I think that was a Thursday. That was a Thursday. Mind you, I have a women's group at my church that we go to every Tuesday. And they were like, what are the prayer requests? And I was like, I'll pray that this baby stay inside because I'm not ready to have this baby. Because all throughout that night, I was just like, whew, man, baby dropped, okay? Baby just dropped. Everybody see that and they're like, you good? We like, I'm good. And one of the ladies, she's like, I am a nurse. So if you feel some leakage, good job. If you feel some leakage, I can help you out. And so I was like, I'm good. This baby is staying in here. He's gonna respect his mother. He's staying in. And so that Friday, they had a Friendsgiving at my church. And I was debating if I wanted to go or not. And I was like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to get out this house, eat some food, be with some people. And so, I get home. I'm driving home. I didn't even finish the Friendsgiving to the end because I was feeling crampy. I get home and my husband asked me how I'm doing. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. I feel a little bit of cramps, but I'm good. Now, mind you, earlier that day, good job. Earlier that day, I had texted somebody about doing my hair because I hadn't gotten my hair done yet. And I wanted to get something, even if it was braids, going back, whatever. I just wanted to do something. My hair was a mess, right? And she couldn't do it that Friday, but she could do it that Saturday. And I'm like, bet, that's cool because this baby's not coming tomorrow. It's not. The baby's not coming. And so that night, it was Friday night after the Friendsgiving, I'm in the shower and I finished giving my baby a bath or whatever. And I start kneeling down on the shower floor. I was just like, ooh. Ooh. I was like, okay. Ooh, good job. I was like, ooh, okay. All right, cool. What's going on? And my baby was like, what's wrong, mommy? I'm like, my husband come in, he's like, you okay? And I was like, it's just a little cramp. I'm just going to sit here for a little bit. We're good, though. We're good. And so he calls our oldest, because he had a soccer game the next day. He calls our oldest, and he's like, hey, I'm going to miss the soccer game tomorrow. I'm not going to be able to come. And I'm like, why would you do that? You can go, because I got to get my hair done tomorrow. You can go to the soccer game. We're fine. And so it was like every 6-7 minutes, I kept feeling this pain. I'm in denial. I'm in straight denial. And it's just like, shake it off. I start watching Grey's Anatomy. Good job. I put my baby to bed, and my husband lays down on the floor, just laying down on the floor. And I start texting my doula. I'm like, hey, when do I actually need to go to the hospital? As if I didn't go through birth before, huh? It flipped over?
Yeah.
Okay. And so I was just like, what do I do? When do I gotta go to the hospital? She's like, I think she said 511, 311, 211. What she said? I think it's 311. She'll be so mad at me that I don't remember this. Sorry, Clarissa. But I think it's less than, like, if it's every 5 minutes. If the contractions are 5 minutes apart in that whole hour, child, I really don't remember. That's crazy. And so I started timing them. I was like, dang, it's consistent. The whole hour is consistent. And then, you did it? Yeah, good job. And then everybody's sleeping. I'm watching Grey's Anatomy, and I'm going through this pain, and I'm like, this can't be happening. I'm telling the Lord, I'm like, God, this can't be happening right now. I don't need this happening right now. And I'm just like, what do I do? Because I need to get my hair done. I can't have this baby like this. I need my hair done. And no, this is not how it's supposed to go. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I had these ladies pray for me that this baby stay in. Yes, it is big. And so it was like 2-something in the morning. I could not take the pain anymore. I go to Joseph. You know what I tell this man? I say, hey, I'm just letting you know I'm going to go to the hospital real quick. I'm going to go to the hospital real quick. I would just go see what they say. And then I'm going to come back. Because the hospital's like 30 minutes away. Hearing myself now, that was the stupidest thing I could have said. And he was like, huh? I'm going to just go with you. I was like, I don't think it's nothing for real. I think it's false labor. So I'm going to just go and come right back. You just stay with the baby. Oh my gosh, so dumb. And so he gets up and gets dressed. And I was like, but Daxon need to sleep. He needs to sleep. I don't want to mess up his sleep. And he's like, he'll sleep in a car. Like, I'm like, no, he not. Do you know your child? Once he's up, he's up. And so we all go. We get to I didn't even go to the right entrance. I went to the emergency department. But I walked to the desk. I was like, hey, I think I'm in labor. Not sure. And then the contraction came in. I was like, ooh. Ooh. And so they called somebody down from labor and delivery. And they was like, can you please sit in this wheelchair? I'm like, I don't need a wheelchair. They're like, please sit in this wheelchair. I was like, okay. All right. So we go up. And thankfully, it was a midwife that I knew and actually liked. And I was like, hey, girl. She was like, are you having this baby? I said, I don't know. I hope not. I hope you send me back home. And so they get to checking me. And she asked, of course, for permission. She was like, can I check you? Did all the things. I was like, yeah, Kara, go do what you got to do. She was like, so you're 6 centimeters. I was like, oh, am I? Okay. So it is labor pain. She's like, yeah, you're going to stay here. And you're just going to do all the things. So at this point, it's like my body just knew we're not home anymore. We're in a hospital. So it's safe. It is safe for me to have these contractions. And they all my midwife, the nurses, everybody on the staff, they knew that I didn't want any medications. I didn't want anything offered to me. I just wanted to just do what my body do. And they left me alone. They was like, girl, only call us if you need us. If you need a ball, we got you. If you need whatever, we got you. But we gonna leave you alone and let your body do what it do. I was like, and I'm gonna put in like 2 clips. I'm putting 2 clips right here of a little parts of my labor. And go.
So this is Mommy, and this is Daxton. And he does not want to stay in his little house that I made for him. Lay down, please. Lay down, lay down. We gotta show them your house. Hey. Leave that alone, okay? I don't want to see you pull that down. Okay, do you want to show them your crib? This is MTV Cribs. Yeah. Okay, so where's your living room? Where's your living room? Right there?
Yeah.
Okay. You gotta show them around. Okay. You gotta say, you don't gotta go home, but you gotta get out of here.
Bye-bye.
Okay. He closed the door. He's so rude.
Bye-bye.
Can you see me clearly?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Uh-oh.
Jackson. Yeah. Yeah.
This is second time around. Again, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why they won't let me sleep. No boys in the house let me sleep. My husband don't let me sleep. David don't let me sleep. Daxton don't let me sleep. And now Deacon won't let me sleep. I don't know how long this is gonna go for. How many years this is gonna go for. But I'm here, final go round. How do you feel, babe?
I'm good. Just breathing slow. Just controlling my breathing.
So far, this is a better hospital experience than Daxton's birth. Everyone is a little bit kinder here, and I'm not attached to stuff. Things aren't broken. So
You don't have to go to other rooms to grab a pillow.
I have to go to other rooms to grab a pillow. Hopefully, I will get a proper video of this birth instead of just random pictures that I look at from time to time. Whew. Shout out to all the ladies that be having 10 babies, because I don't know how y'all do it. This is crazy.
Wow.
10 children, 5 children. God bless you. God bless you, your uterus, your inside,
Wow. Yay.
all of that.
Yay.
So for right now,
Yay.
last checked, I was 5 centimeters,
Yay.
so we did good laboring at home. I was trying to calm my nerves watching Grey's Anatomy, but Grey's Anatomy was watching me. And once it was like 2 to 3 minutes apart, I couldn't focus at all. I was like, all right, let me wake this man up. We gotta get up out of here. I'm 39 and 2 days, so it's a little earlier than this one, but still full term.
By 2 weeks. I said by 2 weeks, a little earlier than her.
I was hoping to give birth in November, but that's okay. You know, babies do what they want to do. Clearly, I had no control over when he was going to come, and I have no control over when this one was going to come. So I'm hoping it's a quick delivery, no more than 2 pushes, and I don't have to deal with pain anymore.
And discomfort.
And discomfort. Because I don't remember the last time I got a full night's rest. I mean, granted, with newborns you don't, but I'm going to grab my naps now. Now that I see the value of napping, you just got to get it in when you can. So hopefully these two won't be competing with naps, and when he naps in the afternoon, hopefully this baby will be napping too, so all 3 of us could just go to sleep. That's my prayer right now. To be continued. Right, Dexter? Right, you look like you're gonna go to sleep.
He did not yet, so.
Alright.
All right, I'll be back in an hour, okay? And you guys don't want him to have any...
It got so bad. After my doula came, my husband stopped recording because he went to sleep. He went to sleep. My son went to sleep. I was in pain. I was like, ooh, this baby trying to take me out. And I was just like, why? I keep saying no to this thing. And so let me tell you the worst position to be in, but the best position to be in. The toilet. They call it the dilation station.
I did it.
You did it?
Yeah.
Okay, good job. High five. Yeah.
I did it.
And so, dilation station is code for this is going to bring the biggest pain in your life, but it's helping you dilate. Oh my gosh. Every time I sat on that thing,
Mommy.
I couldn't anymore. Past like 5 minutes, I was like, get me off, because this pain is unbearable. It is I probably squeezed my poor doula's hand so tight. I was like, girl, how do you do this with your clients? How do you still have a hand? And so I was at 7 centimeters for so freaking long because my son was sitting up high and my water was just, I don't want to go anywhere, just want to chill, don't want to pop, don't want to pop. And so I was like, can y'all just please just break my water for me? And they were like, no, we cannot break your water because your baby's up high. If we break your water, that's dangerous for baby. I was like, so what can we do?
Mommy.
They put me in when I said, I felt like I did all the positions that I could possibly do. I was in all the positions that I could possibly do. And eventually he did come down. They broke my water and they warned me. They was like, all right, once we break your water, is he coming? I was like, all right. So my friend came to pick up my son. So it was just Joseph, my doula, and myself, and a midwife, and a nurse. And they were setting everything up because they already can see that, once we actually break this lady water, that baby's coming. I think it was within 20 minutes I was pushing. And they didn't have to tell me to push. Nobody coached me to push. My body was like, push. Because they was like, all right, we're going to set everything. I was like, I need to push. I need to push now. And then I just started. I was like, I wasn't waiting for anything. I was like, I'm pushing. And I just started. I was on all fours. That's how I gave birth to my first. I was on all fours with this one as well. And I was pushing. And then after that, they were like, hold on. I was like, I cannot hold on. I am pushing. And I pushed again. And then that's when he came. And that's when he... No, I don't want you in the camera right now. Okay? And so... he came out, and you know what's crazy? He came out, and he was smaller than my first. I gained all this weight with this baby. Had all the back pain. Was waddling. Kicking. Oh, the obstetrician's like, oh, he's weighing too big for you, blah, blah, blah. And this boy came out smaller than my first. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
You can't believe it? You believe that?
Yeah.
That's crazy. And so he came out. He was healthy, perfect. I had a meconium with him as well. Did I have meconium? Just a tiny bit, actually. Not a lot.
Mommy, Deacon.
Yeah, Deacon sleeping.
Deacon.
And
Deacon.
yeah, I'll post a little clips here. And yeah, so we had a healthy baby boy and final baby boy. It was a great hospital stay. The staff was amazing. They were great. They were kind from beginning to end. It changed my views on hospital births. I'm not saying that, you know, hospital births, it probably still wouldn't be my first choice, but I had a great experience with my second. And that's my pregnancy, labor, and delivery. If you made it to the end here, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you guys, but Jesus loves you most. Bye.
Bye.